yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Lights up, lean in, feel the drive. On the edge where the truth arrives. Supernova owns the night. Hey, oh, oh yeah. Dubai talking sharp and right. No filters, no alibi. Say it clean, say it bold, precise. Hey, oh, oh yeah.
Okay, Gilles, welcome to Supernova.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. This is our second episode. It is good to have someone who is really doing and combining spectacular things in Dubai, all the way from your AI GEOs to your music ambitions. But tell us a bit about yourself, because this is Supernova. First of all, you need to be very relaxed. Supernova is all about being calm, unfiltered. This is like home. This is not another podcast. This is not. It's not even a talk show. This is a room where we very intentionally we're trying not to be another podcast, not to be boring, not to be prefabricated. We're trying to manifest authenticity and the human side of things. Even Dubai as a city, which I personally consider the most successful city in the world, is asking for that, because everyone is coming to Dubai already successful on Instagram. But then again, the city has a marvelous spell in exposing people right after filters stop working. So welcome.
Thanks a lot, and thanks for having me here. So my name is indeed Gilles, originally from Belgium. I came to Dubai around 7 years ago. I used to be a consultant and already DJing a bit back home. And then when I came to Dubai, I felt like it was totally different than the European mentality. So because here I could combine my professional career with also going more into the DJing, and that was with Expo 2020, and that was such a great opportunity, the Belgian pavilion, all the different pavilions. And then I really started again picking up my music also way more. And then it combined as well perfectly with my job at consulting back at that time. So yeah, I've been in AI for now around like 4 or 5 years. And I've been a founder since like a year now. I used to be freelance already for a few years. And then I realized I had this drive. I really want to build something. And that was also in my music, like building music. Giving the energy that I have to people. And that's also why I started the company together with my co-founder, of course, Domine, almost a year ago now.
You sound very passionate about everything that you do. Parlez-vous français?
Oui, je parle aussi français.
I don't. So, so we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it English. But I always like doing the the theatrics, like parlez-vous français, and they go oh, and then okay, well, forget about it. Speaking about music, it's a great opportunity to say that Supernova is one of those talk shows that we do have our original music. So it's been produced. It is already live and released on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, TikTok, Instagram, and Grammy, which is the local monster of music streaming, and many other, and all the other major platforms. So we thought, creating Supernova as a system, music is a big part of the brand. The rest is silence, because I'm saying silence because this is not about another success story or very loud opinions about your human touch, your authenticity, and that's why questions are a bit peculiar. So I'm gonna start with the first question and see how we can construct it. So perfect. When you walk into a room, today, and what do you notice first that you probably ignored when you were younger?
It's a very good question, first of all.
It's a Supernova question. So we can also stop recording. We can have coffee. We can kill the question or whatever. So this is like nobody's judging us. This is just you, me, and a bunch of people here. So, but anyways,
yeah. I think the main thing and the first thing is like the people in the room. So I always will spot the people, see the expression on the face, because I like to be a social person as well. So that's the first thing, like seeing what kind of people are there. Can I interact? Can I get eye contact with someone? Because that's the most important before you start engaging a conversation, of course. And also today I saw it. I directly noticed you, and I knew directly. I only saw you online through WhatsApp from yesterday. So I directly got eye contact with you, and we could engage the conversation. And it's the same in a networking event yesterday at DVHQ, 25H Hotel. I was there. You just scan the room and you see directly, okay, what kind of people are there? Can I talk to someone? Because often as founders, entrepreneurs, you are like in a room, you don't know anyone, so you need to start the conversation. So you need to be comfortable with that. And it's same, I think, with music, because you are playing and you try to, okay, is someone feeling the vibe? Is someone indeed like enjoying it as much as I am? And then you always keep this eye contact and see like, okay, and then you feel more comfortable, especially in the start of a set. If you're early on the schedule of the lineup, you need to start, you need to build up. So you really want to have a strong start and make the dance floor like build this up as well and bring your story in that.
How do you combine music and AI? I mean, it always, it's very interesting to me. I have a music background as well. I think I'm a pedigree, a hybrid of a media tech guy, right? So I come from a media family, but then again, all of my businesses have been around tech and AI. So I always, it's very interesting to me to hear through your lens how you're combining what you're producing as a DJ on the dance floor, you're on the decks. You also said that you produce your own music, right? And at the same time, you are also trying to make waves on AI, not only in Dubai, but I guess it's international, it's AI. So what is the common ground? What is the common ground of mental status or your mindset that can perfectly combine art with tech?
Yeah, for me, the common ground is really the creativity and really the passion. So if you're not passionate about something, you will never like to do it. And that's also what I quickly realized into DJing. So I came here not familiar with the industry, and I had like these residencies. So you play like 3 times, 4 times a week. But then often you realize you're not putting your passion anymore because the venues, they have like certain requests, or it's too much the same music or the same audience that you play for. And then you realize, okay, I feel more of my passion in creating music and playing a bit less, but playing the places that you really like and you feel you can 100% give your own passion and your own music to the audience. And that also came with like the entrepreneurial spirit, going for something that you 100% like and not something that you're just like 50% in or not enjoying. Of course, it goes with ups and downs, but you need to find this common ground of your passion, your creativity, the end. And that's also what I do now with the music. I play a bit less, but I make sure that the places I play, I really enjoy it. And I can also make more time in my creative side, and it's in the producing music, because that's the soul. You want to tell a story, right? As a founder, you want to tell a story, entrepreneur, you as a musician as well. That's what I also want to do. So that's the focus goes to the things that bring more creativity today.
And before I throw the next question, you're European, I'm European, and we have a bunch of European people here in Dubai. What do you think many Europeans steer their focus and businesses and careers and the whole plateau of ambitions in Dubai, and they leave Europe? Why do we do this? What do you think Dubai offers more compared to Europe right now? Be honest, right?
Yeah, my personal experience was that I was in Brussels, going every day to work, 1.5 hours like in the car, becoming crazy, like just after uni. And I never went on Erasmus, like an exchange program when you're studying. So I said, okay, I will look within the network of PwC. Are there any opportunities? And Dubai popped up. And without thinking, a month later, I was going to Dubai. I never thought about this. So for me, it was more a bit not planned at all. It was more an opportunity that came up. And I feel this is also the country of opportunities. You can do whatever you like, and you don't need to be in one box. if you want to be a music producer or a DJ, you can do that. You can really follow your passions and your heart. If you want to be in real estate, there are so many opportunities as well. So Dubai really opens up for what people want to do and open up to so many different cultures. And I feel the ecosystem also helps each other. Imagine we only got introduced yesterday to each other, and I'm here already today.
Exactly. This is the Dubai mindset, right?
This is Dubai mindset. And back home or in Europe generally, you need to book like, if I ask someone for a meeting, it's like, in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks. No, we're meeting today, and we only were in touch yesterday, and that atmosphere is so unique in Dubai.
Yeah, I think Europe, it's been, Europe has been framed into a narrative of being a bit of conservative and old school, which makes it very slow as well when it comes to the pace and the pulse and the rhythm, along with decision-making process. So Dubai is very vibrant, but also is not forgiving. So you need to stick to your narrative and make it to Dubai. And it's amazing that, how you came to Dubai and you're still here. So, and you're not going anywhere, right?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Maybe a question also for you, because
yes,
what you see is in Dubai, in Europe, everything is already established for many years. So rules, regulation, and that's why it's more harder to change. Do you think Dubai is so agile because of they can see what is working, best practices globally, or do you think it's built on something differently? Why we are so agile here?
First of all, Dubai is, it is very agile and very fast, but the building blocks of Dubai, we're talking about more than 200 different nationalities and different religions and cultures, very well integrated, working with each other. I was saying in the previous episode that the last 50 years, London was the leader or the crown city of how they have managed to integrate different kind of people and religions and cultures. However, they do have high crime. So Dubai, I think they saw an opportunity which was already covered by London and said, okay, guys, now let us show you and the rest of the world how you can actually do what London has been doing a lot better and with zero crime. So it sounded impossible at first place, at first glance, but they did it and they keep doing it. So it is very attractive for everyone, for single families, for young people, for students, for people who retire. I think it has managed to keep the pace and golfs and welcomes all ages and all kind, but sharing the same mindset, which is no matter how crazy it sounds, it can be done in Dubai. We say in Supernova, we say that what happens in Dubai does not stay in Dubai. This is not Las Vegas, right? At least they used to say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in Dubai does not stay in Dubai. It actually goes on a world tour. So if you make it in Dubai, you can make it anywhere. It used to be like New York. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Exactly.
I can tell you that if you can make it in Dubai, you can make it in New York, you can make it in Miami, you can make it in Europe, because this is like the center of you have mini cities here, like you have the major city, Dubai, and then you have the mini New York and the mini Athens and the mini Paris and the mini Cape Town. And you have everything, because you can find everyone in Dubai. So, yes. All right, so let's go to the next question. So, was there a time in your life when you genuinely confused having an opinion with having judgment?
That's another good question there. Judgment, I don't think so. I think more about like existence, like what do I want to do in my life? Am I more of a corporate person? Am I a freelancer? Do I want to be in sales, engineering? Do I want to work in a bank? But judgment, I think I've always been like extrovert from the start. So
we can tell. You're an extrovert. Yeah.
But so judgment, I don't like. It's a good question. I think when you're in a younger age, you're always like scared about sharing your opinion, especially first time in the work floor, a new company, a new group of people. Everything comes down is how comfortable you feel, and that's always you need to adjust, and you need to be diplomatic in a lot of ways. You cannot judge directly or be your judgmental self. And sometimes I also feel I'm too judgmental in a way about how people are behaving or what they are doing. But then you don't share these kind of things, of course, because that's also not the appropriate way. So I feel always you need to be your own self and be nice for other people.
Good stuff. Right. Great. What decision still follows you? Not because it was wrong, but because it taught you something you couldn't unlearn. Either is one.
What was the last part? Sorry, can you repeat?
If there is a decision that you took in your life previously and still follows you today, not because it was a wrong decision, but because it managed to learn you something, teach you something that you cannot unlearn today.
I think the biggest decision was coming here to Dubai, right? Okay. And that totally dictates your life, especially for the past 7 years. In the beginning, I thought always I will come for 6 months and I will go back to Europe. That was 6 months, became 2 years.
Exactly. 6 months are never enough in Dubai.
Exactly. Yeah. And then COVID came, and then you say, okay, I will go back to Europe. But then you still see that you don't think the same anymore than the people back home. You don't operate in the system. And you feel, okay, I actually am more of a big city guy. I want to meet new people all the time. I want to connect with people like you, meet new brands every day like Supernova, and it's amazing. And that really drives me. So the best decision still is coming to Dubai. But of course, it dictates a lot. Of course, life would have looked differently, right? If I would have been back home.
I think Dubai creates stickiness, right?
Exactly.
So you stick with the city and the city sticks with you. And this is the ultimate emotional engagement. And this is what makes Dubai being an international brand. And that was the genuine decision that we took, to make Supernova in Dubai, made in Dubai. So this is it's a product made in Dubai, and we take pride in it because the city deserves not just Supernova; it deserves many Supernovas. Supernovas like you, or like your businesses, or even people who fail. And failures are the building blocks of our success story. We should embrace them, and we should feel proud about our failures. Tell us a bit more about your AI business. What are you trying to do? What is this great leap from the traditional search engine optimization that you are offering now with the GEO?
So what was interesting here is that it became sudden. Everyone expected it already, like using ChatGPT and Google AI. And for me, so the jump to the GEO was actually quite an easy one, because you could feel, okay, I understand the problem myself, and that's always important. If you go all into an idea, you need to believe it. But even you're already aware, even you don't think about it yet. So what is here happening? Everyone was looking always on Google search, going through all these blue links. And then SEO was the magic or the marketing techniques to rank your brand higher. And if you, as Supernova, you want to rank higher, you need to invest a lot in marketing, and then you need to wait like 3 months, like 4 months. It's like a long process. And then you need to see when there is an update of the algorithms. What here happens is that these kind of question and that people are asking today, they ask them on Google AI, Gemini, or for example, ChatGPT. And we help them, and then brands, we help them to rank higher on these engines. And that is then called generative engine optimization. But what is interesting is these models, they changed way more than the Google algorithm before. It was like a structured update and everyone knew it. Now, if ChatGPT does an update to their model, they're not going to announce it like 3 months in advance. They will just say like, in the moment we did a new update. And that makes it more interesting. So as a brand, you can, an agile brand, you can be visible much more than you were initially. You don't need to wait like 3 months to do like, or to expect results. And for us was also the belief of, we need to create an understandable, intuitive platform that people can very easily see, okay, what is the status today of my brand, but also to understand what can I do. So we want to make it like an end-to-end platform where people not only see data, but they also see like actions and results of what they are doing on it.
Do you think brands and small, medium enterprises get this, or they're struggling to understand and follow the evolution? Because my humble opinion, I'm running an AI company, right? So I'm running Superbo, and we see that adoption rate is not, is not here yet. It will be. So everybody's like kind of expecting the inflection point where it's gonna go like boom, like that, and everyone will understand that it is time to cut the silly things of doing demos and pilots, and we should get into a production. But we also need to embrace reality, and what we've seen so far is that different kind of organizations right now, spanning all the way from micro businesses all the way to very large enterprises, for their own reasons, they're not ready for that. How about your line of business, which is probably how we say, it's an AI professional services kind of thing, right? What you're offering. Are they ready? Do they understand that? Do they doubt that? Do they understand they need it? Or what is the status out there? What is the market?
It really depends on the person that you're talking to. So you have persons like you, I believe, that are using ChatGPT, Google AI on a daily basis. They quickly understand that this is the future and that people will search on these search engines. Then you have still the people that do it as traditional. They will still look on Google and they don't look at the AI parts. And they are still a bit hesitant. So then you come into the education. What I realized is in the first bucket of people, the sales cycle is the shortest I ever had in my life. Previously, to close an enterprise deal, it would take like 1 year. Now I realized I can close enterprise deals within a month. And that change also made me go, okay, I need to go all into this business and just focus on this. In other businesses or other people that you're talking about, they feel the opportunity is already there, but they are still hesitant because everything with AI, it's okay, will it work, will it not work? But then you need to work with clear ROI points. Okay, we can increase your visibility with this, or you work with a performance model, or you also will say, okay, we will just track it based on the data and we will show you the case studies that we have done so far successfully within your industry or globally.
I think performance model is what I think this is going to be dominating the world. No, I mean, when you put your money where your mouth is, it's a level of confidence that you demonstrate to your prospects, right? So even in the more complicated agentic AI that we do, we are now also in proposing AI that works. Okay. So only grounded answers and AI agents that can fetch proper multiple APIs or MCPs and make sure they deliver the right response and the whole reasoning and logic, which I think they should, it makes the organization feel a lot more comfortable and confident. But you cannot go out there and propose that if you're not 100% solid for your service or for your in-house technology. And it seems that you are, and that makes you a bold mover. All right, so next question. I think this is a very tough question. It's almost unfair, but again, we should be unfiltered. The question is, who were you before consequences entered the room? Can you remember yourself before realizing consciously about consequences?
Can you define consequence, or what are you?
Oh, well, consequence. I'm going to tell you a consequence. I cannot, if I don't really like someone, I have to remain polite, and I will never gonna tell in his face that I really don't like him because he's arrogant.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna face consequences. So this is something being bold. I can be honest without complimenting him, but I cannot be bold. So because there are consequences. So sometimes we think, we do this and that when you are in your early 20s or mid 20s. You're all about speed and maybe judge, and you don't care about the consequences. But then again, you start getting hits, and consequences compound one after the other. And then you say, this is the time I have to reinvent myself and my positioning, for just make sure I avoid consequences, or if I cannot avoid them, at least I can handle consequences. So, but there are so many years ago, that was the last time that we were bold enough without knowing about consequences. So, can you remember yourself? Who were you before consequences came to be part of the reality check?
I still remember it during university time and even the first year, I think the first 2 years of my career. I was just going with the flow. And I remember back then being in a relationship and just deciding, I will go to Dubai because this is an opportunity and I will just do it. But without thinking about the consequences for a relationship at that time. And it only became like clear afterwards, like if you do long distance from Dubai, it's not so hard. And that was a reality check of, okay, there are consequences of your decisions. Before that moment, I was just doing actions, not thinking about what is the consequence of that. So Dubai really made me realize, okay, you need to think about your decisions multiple times. And even it helped me in my relationships as well that I have currently, even professionally or like private, that you need to think twice if you do something, especially if they are like having an impact on other people. And it also helps you in business a lot. You need to anticipate almost and thinking what the other party want, because then you can have like a greater deal, for example. So I feel it was a time super amazing actually, because you don't think twice, you don't doubt yourself, you have almost no second guessing. And now with the age and with becoming more professional, advancing the career, it is there. So it has its pros and cons. And I think it's a natural thing of growing older, right? And becoming more mature.
Can you really love from a distance? I mean, is it possible? Can you love from a distance? Or, I mean, I always had the idea that, if you maintain a relationship from a distance, then you can get used to it. And then once you have the chance to be up close, you cannot be up close because you prefer the long distance. So it's like a virtual long distance. It's like the online meetings, right? You can have many online meetings, turn off your camera, blurry pictures, emojis, whatever you do. And then reality check. You need to go for a drink, and then go, for a drink? I mean, you mean physically up close? Yeah. Maybe we're not ready yet. So is it working? Is it like, I know many people who are, trying to maintain long distance relationships. And is it possible loving from a distance, or is it just 90 days before it goes boom?
For me, it's very personal, right? And there need to be always a time frame on it. You need to have like clear goals and clear agreements around this.
Agreements. So you're putting KPIs into personal relationships?
You say like 6 months it needs to happen, or like 2 years. But back then I didn't have these KPIs. So indeed,
they sound like an SLA, right? So it's like a personal SLA kind of thing. Right?
Exactly. And then in my relationship, when I was actually leaving Dubai for a short time during COVID period, back to Dubai, I met a love in Dubai, and then we had a KPI. Okay, I will come back to Dubai again, and then it worked out. So,
yeah, this is not exactly SLA. It's not a service level agreement. It's a personal service level agreement.
Personal.
So
I think it can only work until a certain KPI is met of this relationship, and I think the same goes into business. I feel you can not only do business with someone you see online. If you go and you meet someone in person, it unlocks so much more, and you can do business more faster, more deeper. You will extend it. And that's what I also love about business entrepreneurship. You can meet people in person. And that's the amazing about Dubai as well. It's so easy to meet people for coffee, the coffee culture, the after work culture, the networking events. There are so much opportunities around this.
Very true. And also, you cannot do business without love. So
Exactly.
you also need
Love it.
to apply lots of love in your business and be human. And don't try to pretend you're someone that you're not. Because people, they tend to understand it very easily without any explanation. So, no, nice. Very.
And you need to be genuine. That's the most important. If you love what you're doing, you are genuine and you come across also genuine. If you don't like to be out or you like to be behind your laptop, that's also fine. But then you cannot put the same enthusiasm, love into meeting people and to really deeply connecting. You need to be interested at the end of the day. Or some people pretend as well, of course.
What really impresses you far less today than it used to?
The posts or the news article that you see sometimes everywhere popping up and like with a lot of big bang, because I understand now under the hood sometimes it's different. It's not all so rosy. So I'm less impressed by everything that's social media, all these social media channels and all these brands that sometimes are coming up with news that is not always 100% the reality. So you need to always sense check it yourself and say like, okay, is this right? Also with the news, I think the news is the biggest example of it. There's so much news out there, especially also with AI, deep fake. So you really need to put your common sense in it as well.
Great, and most of the media today is not earned media; it's paid media.
Correct.
And you got all these different offers. They tell you, oh, with I don't know, $1,000 or $2,000, you can be the cover of the XYZ magazine of the year. And then you go again like, what? What did I do to earn that? Nothing. You're just gonna pay 2,000. And then again, this is like really ruining the essence of media. So I also advise people and entrepreneurs, if you're gonna do media, you wanna have your exposure, just do earned media. And if media is not offered to you yet, then probably you have not earned your media. So you have to earn your media and be patient and go with a story. And many people don't really understand that in order to play on media outlets, you need to have a story. You need to have a narrative that a journalist will find interesting enough to publish or circulate without paying them. And this is the hard part. And this is also tricky because then if you do something like that, sometimes the rest of the company that you work might not understand why you're doing this piece of media.
Exactly.
And it's hard to explain for people who don't get media, but media works like that. And that's the way it goes down. And as a follow-up question, I asked you already what impresses you far less today than it used to. And so the follow-up question is, what is actually impressing you more than ever now?
The genuine founder stories, actually, like people that raised money but also did an exit and have a beautiful story around this and come off with a lot of passion, because you can feel it as well. And these stories, I can spend time on it, like listening to podcasts, but like genuine stories with a lot of passion, I get so much inspired by it as well. And that's the most important, because your time is limited as a founder, and these stories really hit me still. Also musicians, like piece of art, it's art for me, that you can feel so much time has been put into it. It's so, like, the creativity is in it. I can just enjoy it so much. That still inspires me the most and also sticks with me. Yeah.
Really like the fact that you appreciate art. And most of the people, they have a perception that there is a huge disconnection between business people and art, which is not true. I think the most important, the most successful business people are people who can appreciate and understand art very easily from the innate point of view and talent. I'm very selective with podcasts that I watch. There are just a few, because most of the podcasts are boring to death. I'm going to explain why. You have the host who is, popping up and asking questions that he doesn't really understand, and then you have the featured guest as an expert who also has no idea how to respond, and everything is very well prefabricated, and they need to go that way, and then do's and don'ts. You can mention these, you cannot mention that. These things we don't have in Supernova. I have a spine of 5 questions, but we have already like 15 questions, which is impro for you, it's impro for me, and this is authentic, and I really appreciate that. So thank you very much for having us.
I love it.
Having you here in the Supernova.